Shalom. First, want to start off by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai been the name of His beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's their true names in the Lashon Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. The only names you call upon for salvation if you're an Israelite. The Israelites mean so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. All right, that's your true identity. Okay, according to the scriptures. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. You know, we're out here another week. You know, we just wanted to do a camp before the Pesach. You know, the Pesach comes in tonight. You know, it's just exciting times for the righteous and horrific times for the wicked. Okay, we're living in the end of this society, the end of Esau Edom's rule. All right, and we're living in the time of the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, we want to go into that solemn night. All right, because when you go into the Pesach, it's a solemn assembly. Can we get that word solemn? Just the regular definition. It's a solemn assembly. It's not a party. It's not a cookout. It's a very solemn night. Okay, and we want to go to the origins of that night, and then Lord's will, we want to touch upon, you know, Yahweh Shai's Passover. You know, whoever got it.
Not cheerful or solemn.
Right, not cheerful. It's not a party. Okay, that's why we're to keep our shoes on. You know, it's a very solemn thing. Not cheerful. Go ahead.
Or smiling, serious.
Very serious. It's a very serious time. And it's always a heavy season around this time. All right, you go into the scriptures, things happen around this time. Okay? So we got to remember to stay in the spirit, continue fighting, brothers, man. We almost out of this place. You know, scriptures say to examine yourselves. This is a time of examination. Okay? Pray to Yahweh Shem Shai on the things you need, man. You know, to continue in this fight, man. But let's jump to like around Exodus 7, you know, around the time of the first plague. And we'll just go through the plagues and go through that night, go through that mighty deliverance, you know. Whatever brothers got, you know. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 7, verses 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt.
Right, he hardened Pharaoh's heart because the Lord wanted to show his power. There's no different in this time, okay? Jump. Where you at? U.S. All right, keep going.
But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments.
All right, read that again, because the Lord only has one people. All right, we're living in a time where everybody thinks that they could serve the Lord. They think that this Bible is for everyone. No. All right, the Lord has one people. One people came out of Egypt, man. Okay, read it again.
But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth my armies and my people, the children of Israel,
there you go,
out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them.
And it's going to be the same in this time. The scriptures say this place is spiritually Egypt. So you people, you're going to know. You Edomites, our people, you other nations, you're going to know who the true power is, man. Who the creator of the heavens and the earth is, Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You're going to know when it's all said and done. Go ahead.
And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments.
Right. They use that left hand witchcraft, that left hand sorcery to do the same thing. But these things are going to escalate, right? It's going to be things that they're not going to be able to do. Go ahead.
Verse 12, For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, and he hardens Pharaoh's heart.
Showing you that righteousness is stronger than wickedness, man. Always. Okay? Righteousness is stronger than wickedness. It's greater than wickedness. You understand? Go ahead.
And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go.
Right?
Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water. And thou shalt stand by the river's bank against he come. And the rod which was turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thine hand. And thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews has sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in thine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river.
Right, so this is the first plague. You know? Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, upon their ponds, upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded. And he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants. And all the water that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there
that's a crucial plague.
Yeah.
You know, no water to bathe in, no water to drink. You know, no water for your animals.
Right. Even the water that you had in a pitcher.
Yep.
You know,
everything was turned to blood.
Yeah.
And it said it stank because it killed all the animals in the rivers. I mean, all the fish and all that. Go ahead.
And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments.
They did the same thing. They mimicked it using witchcraft. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house.
So they thought that the reason that his men were able to do it, so he thought that Moses was using that same left hand energy to do it. Oh, you could do it, we could do it too. So his heart was hardened. Go ahead.
Neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, the Lord had smitten the river.
Wow. 7 days, a whole week.
Man.
A whole week. Wow. That's a crucial plague. That's just the Lord just getting started. Go ahead.
Chapter 8.
That bro's got anything, bring it out. Go ahead.
But that shows that the Lord is omnipotent in his power, because after 3 days you're gonna die if you don't drink some water. But in 7 days, the Lord preserved everybody.
But it says they built. Read it again about the water on the side.
Yeah, and it says, verse 22. Verse 22, and the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened.
Nah, 24, bro.
24 count. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink,
That's how they survive.
Okay.
Go ahead.
for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord had smitten the river.
All right, so that was just the Lord getting started. You know, just like in this time, the Lord just getting started, man. Scriptures refer to it as the beginning of sorrows. All right, and this is our God that did this. All right, the God of the Israelites, and each plague was an attack at the Egyptians' gods, man. Okay, each plague was an attack at these gods that they worship, showing them that they're not gods, man. The only true power, the only God there is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 78, verse 43. It says, I'll start from 42. It says, they remember not his hand, nor the day when he had delivered them from the enemy, how he had wrought his signs in Egypt, and his wonders in the field of Zoan. And he had turned their rivers into blood, and their floods that they could not drink. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs.
You jumping ahead.
Yeah, I
Ak.
know.
That's, you know, you gotta get to it. Go ahead, go back to the plagues. Go back to the plagues, bro.
You want me to start? Exodus chapter 8 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus said the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me.
Right?
And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.
Right? See, but they didn't believe him. Go ahead.
And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy ovens, and into thy kneeling doors. And the frogs shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the river, over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments.
So they were able to do it again, using the left hand. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So all this stuff is, we're going to see all this stuff again in these end times, you know? All these plagues, you know, the apparitions, frogs. The Lord's going to bring all this back, all right? It says 2 Ezra 15 and 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereov.
That's right.
So the the Lord's talking about right here is land of America, man. He's going to destroy this time just like how he destroyed Egypt, man. Mizraim, you know? He said, I would smite Egypt with the plagues as before. So we're reading all the plagues that were done back then. So the Most High is going to strike this place again, you know, with the darkness. You know, we don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but it's going to happen, man.
You know, this place is ultimately going to be hit with the nukes.
Yeah.
Which is considered a plague too.
And the plagues are going to be like what Ezra says in 15 and the 16th chapter also. The sword, famine, pestilences. You know, it's going to be worse than Egypt.
Yep, go ahead.
We left off at 9, right?
Hey, like for example, rivers turn into blood. You already have that happening throughout the world. There are many cases in Russia,
China,
of rivers turning into blood. And the scientists go and try to examine how that happened, but they couldn't explain it. You know, the Lord is smiting the whole world as with plagues of Egypt, man. Okay.
You all know that darkness. I'm pretty sure that's going to come back with this EMP, technology. We saw we just take out all the electrical grid, man. One dark night, man. In one day, you take out all the electricity. It's black as pitch out, man. You know?
Exodus chapter 8 and 7. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord.
All right, so the Lord had turned the heat up a little bit to where Pharaoh's he's now considering it. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee, for thy servants, for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee in thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people, and they shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank.
Once again.
Wow.
That's a crucial plague.
Damn. It's going to talk about their dead bodies out there on the streets. We're going to have a lot of dead bodies out here. That's what's going to happen. That's going to produce pestilence and a stench.
Yeah, man.
So that land is going to stink all over again, man. You have that bad smell all throughout Babylon.
Smell of death, man. Go ahead.
Verse
Keep going, bro.
Verse 15, but when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
Ooh, that's a crucial plague too. And when you go into the lice, it's gnats. You know? Now imagine how annoying that is.
Said
Go
all
ahead.
dust.
One is annoying.
One is annoying, bro. Go ahead.
And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. And all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right, here's a crucial point. Keep going.
And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not.
They could not, man. You couldn't
Oh.
hang, man.
There's levels to it.
There's levels to it, man. That left hand is not, can't mess with that right hand, man. So it's gonna get to a point where Esau is gonna try to do his thing out here, but it's gonna be like what, Isaiah 47, where thy enchantments and all of that, your soothsayers and all of that. You ain't gonna be able to match it. You ain't gonna be able to use that left hand. Go ahead.
This is Luke. I'm gonna start at 10. It's Luke 10 and 18. Slop. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Behold, I give unto you.
See, they hear that and they think that Satan got cast out of the spirit realm. Nah, man, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about the fall of Esau, Edom.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
That's right. That's right.
So that right hand power is going to be greater than the left.
Exactly.
Which is Esau's weapons, his technology, that spiritual power, man, can't be touched.
Go ahead.
Verse 18, Exodus 8 and 18. Yeah. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. Verse 19, then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God.
Hey, what do they call a hurricane that's above? What do they call it, man? Some they call it the hand of God.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a certain I forget the ratings. How does it go with the hurricanes?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But it reached a certain point where they call it the hand of the Most High, man. So it reached a point where Pharaoh, the magicians couldn't match that power of the Lord. So they said, this is the finger of God. Wow. Come on, man. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as the Lord had said.
Right, and before all this happened, the Lord told Moses, look, I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart, man. Yeah. So Pharaoh had no choice.
Yeah.
Pharaoh had no choice in the matter, man. So Esau, Edom, you Edomites, you elite bankers, you have no choice in the matter, man. Yeah. You just doing the will of the Father. Go ahead.
Like Judas Iscariot. He didn't have no choice. They had no choice.
Yeah.
And he was a man right there with the Lord.
He was an Israelite.
He was an Israelite. So how much more you?
Yep.
Exodus chapter 8 and 20. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me.
And that's all it was about.
Yeah.
But the Lord wanted to show his power. Remember the Lord told Abraham that thy children shall be in bondage in a strange land for 400 years, man. Speaking of ancient Egypt. So the Lord knew exactly what he was doing. And the fact that the Lord called Moses and sent him before Pharaoh, I show you the Lord is about to do something. So it's the same now. The Lord is speaking through his men, starting with the apostles, the bishops, and the elders. All right, we're speaking to these modern day pharaohs. So the Lord about to do something. I mean, he is doing things, but it's gonna escalate as time goes on. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people.
Right, and Pharaoh, of course, Pharaoh didn't want to let Israel go because what was Egypt without Jacob? What is America without Jacob? The scriptures say, give me that scripture, the prey departeth not. All right, because we're the prey here, we're the slave here. All right, get that one too. I believe it's Jeremiah 50. Israel and Judah was oppressed together. They refused to let them go, something like that. All right, because what will Esau Edom's world be without Jake, man? A bunch of nothing. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 50:33 says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together."
All right, the children of Israel speaking to you, you so-called Native Americans and you so-called Latinos. All right, you make up the northern kingdom. All right, go ahead.
And all that took them
Can I
captives.
read it with Judah again?
It says, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah."
All right, the children of Judah, speaking about you so-called Negroes, you Haitians, and you so-called Jamaicans. You make up the children of Judah. All right, the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
Were oppressed together.
Right, oppressed together here in America, man. All right, this place, America, is, the meaning of America is bitter. This is an extremely bitter place for the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. We all deal with the same plight. You know, we all have the same struggles. We all have the same enemy. It's because we are the same people. Okay?
In the early 90s, a lot of Cubans came here, and they went back home because they said it was too oppressive. You know?
Yep.
Something that you tribes fail to realize, that you have one common enemy. You both, you know, a lot of the Northern Kingdom, they look at the Southern Kingdom like enemy. Like they're like a lot of, like the scripture says, a lot of hatred between the tribes. But we all have one common. We all go through the same shit. We all have one common enemy. That's Esau Edom.
Yep.
That's oppressing us together. Okay, it ain't just the Southern Kingdom. There's also you Northern Kingdom as well, man.
But they got it in their heart like Esau is not really oppressing them, you know, because they can get a job and
They can go back to their land,
Right.
so-called land.
Right.
Well, Mexico's not your land. Cuba's not your land. Puerto Rico's not your land. The South and Central America is not your land. You came over here, man, we could go into the history, you know, but you read 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, it goes into why Northern Kingdom came over here. You've been over here over 2,000 years. You came over here 7th century BC, okay, to keep the Lord's laws. But then our people, of course, over time, was wilding the hell out, going off, and the Lord sent the so-called white men over here, man. All right, and then the Lord had the other tribes come over here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, but yeah, this is not. We're not from the side of the earth. We're from the land of Israel. All right, go ahead.
It is Luke morning.
Go ahead.
It says, "And all that took them captives, held them fast.
Right.
They refused to let them go."
Right. Who took us captive? Who's the ultimate one guilty for taking us captive? The so-called white man. We're not afraid to say it. The so-called white man. It sucks that we gotta call him the so-called white man because he's the furthest thing from white. You're the furthest thing from pure. You're the furthest thing from innocent. All right. You're the one that the main one guilty of enslaving these people. Okay.
Still found in your hand to this day.
To this day. What's that nigga named Wilder? To this day.
Yeah. And one of the definitions is without intent to harm.
Of pure.
Yeah.
And that's not you, my man.
It's not-
Your whole intent is to harm. The scriptures call you the violent man, the son of perdition. That's you. Go ahead, Ox.
So Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
Go to the bloody city. How was America established? Get Jeremiah 22. How was America established? On the blood of the Israelites. All right? You kept pushing west. What does that mean, though? You had to slaughter the native tribes. You know? Jeremiah 22 and... Go ahead, read that scripture out.
Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Right, robbery. How did you so-called white people get this land? You stole it. You stole it by any means. You fucking stole it, man.
Yep.
You know? Came over here and straight rock. I mean, you did it to the whole earth. But it was written, it was prophesied that you would do so, man. Read again, Art.
Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Right, and where the prey? Where the prey? All right, and you refuse to let us go. Get Jeremiah 22 and 13.
Jeremiah 22 and 13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
Right, that's how you built this house. Through unrighteousness, man. You know, writing certain laws, putting certain laws in place, like the Indian Removal Act, going back to the 1820s, Andrew Jackson and all them. That was you. You did that. How you gonna have an Indian Removal Act? How about we have an Edomite Removal Act?
Yeah.
Which that's gonna come.
Yeah, the government used to offer a scalp, a price for a scalp.
Yeah.
That's if you bring a scalp, you get a land, you get a possession.
Then Jake start doing that shit to you. You see? Jake coming with that guerrilla warfare on your ass, man. And you couldn't hang. All right, but you had that sword. Ultimately, you had that sword.
Yeah, that Gatling gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what helped you defeat the Indians, Native Americans.
You had them horses. Okay? The Lord was with you to take our people down.
Well, hey, what was that prophecy? What did Jacob, when he saw the vision of the tribes is going to happen to them at the last, in the end of the days, which we are now. God, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
That's right.
We're getting to that time, but God's going to overcome.
That's right.
You know?
I got a
That's
quick
right.
one.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
Come on, man. Were you not doing that on the west coast of Africa? Were you not doing that over here in the Americas? Stealing and selling us? The Lord said that we will be bondmen and bondwomen. Go ahead.
Or if he be found in his hand,
Uh-oh.
he shall surely be put to death.
The prey departeth not, right? We still found in your hand. The scriptures say that we will remember ourselves and praise his name in the land of our captivity. We still over here. So we still found in your hand. Guilty. Guilty.
Called red-handed.
Right? The Lord said that he would not at all acquit the wicked.
Right.
Can we grab Amos 1 and 11? All right? Because the Lord ain't forgot about you goddamn devils. Okay? He ain't forgot. Just like he showed his power dealing with Pharaoh and put you other nations in fear, it's going to be the same thing in this time, man. The same thing. After this, we can jump back.
This is Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
The Lord ain't going to turn away the punishment. He ain't going to let you get away with it. You ain't getting away with shit, Jack. You're going to have to feel that wrath. You're going to have to drink that cup, man.
Yeah.
And let me tell you by personal experience, that cup is something else, boy. You can't run from it.
It's bitter.
It's bitter.
It's
Yeah.
bitter.
Boy, that whole thing gonna taste like dregs. The whole thing.
Exactly.
Boy.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
So you cast off all pity.
It's just forever.
And
Even
ever.
to this day. Even in the kingdom, these devils are in chains and we're over them. They're still going to have that hatred.
Oh, it ain't going away. That's why you got to be exterminated.
Exactly.
That hatred ain't going away. That's a natural born beast.
Yeah, that's your makeup. You're made up of that. Made up of hatred, you know?
And he hates righteousness.
Yeah,
So of course
exactly.
he's gonna hate the righteous people. We hate wickedness. Of course we're gonna hate the wicked people. Finish that in Jeremiah. I'm sorry, we didn't finish it. Jeremiah 22, 13, and then jump back.
Jeremiah chapter 22.
All right, because then it was the ancient Pharaoh, but now we're in your time. Now the Lord is speaking to you, Edomites, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 22 and 13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages.
Ain't that what he did?
Yeah.
Exactly what he
Ain't
did.
that what he did?
400 plus years.
You built your chambers by wrong, my man. Everything you do is fucking wrong. Passing all these unrighteous decrees. The fact that you want to place a seat HIP and within everyone. That's an unrighteous decree, goddammit. You fucking evil ass Edomites.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
And
That
it
was it
said-
on that. That was it on that.
And real quick,
There's more? Go
yeah,
ahead.
and give it not him not for his work.
Yeah, that's what you did. All this labor that Jake put in over here, it was free labor.
Yeah.
Essentially free labor.
That's how it made America great.
Right? And wasn't old boy thing make America great again?
Right.
So are you not alluding that America's not great?
Not only did he steal labor, he stole all of our ideas as well.
Inventions.
Inventions.
He
He
took credit for everything.
exactly got all the patents.
You always robbing Jake in the music industry.
Yep.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Let's put it entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Highway robbery, man.
Highway
He
robbery.
robbing us with our taxes.
Yeah.
Bro,
Right?
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
made no account of his labor.
That's it. Was it with Solomon 5?
Yeah.
bro.
The scriptures is on your ass, my
If he
man.
really did, Jake would be the wealthy. Bro, Jake would be the wealthiest people in the
See,
earth,
but
man.
no, we ain't brought over here to prosper.
Exactly.
We brought over here to feel the wrath of the Lord, man.
That's it.
All right. You know, when you in prison, you gotta sit there and think, damn, I
Right.
should have never done that.
Yeah.
Damn, if this didn't happen, you know, they put it all together. Damn,
Yeah.
damn. You got that time to think about it. This is our time to think about it. Damn, we fucked up. Baba Kashai, Yahweh Shema Shai, forgive us for our transgressions.
Yeah.
Please.
This is the Lord putting us in our place, man. Okay?
Man.
You gonna
He definitely
learn.
put he
You
definitely
gonna
put us
learn.
in up. And he
When
ain't
you-
done.
He ain't done.
He ain't done. That's the most crucial part.
Yep.
Jake wanna whine about what we've been through. You ain't seen nothing yet, man.
Exactly, because it says that the day of Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than any
Any day,
time since there was a nation. What? Since there was a nation?
Since there was a nation.
What?
You go to Daniel's
Yeah.
9, I tell you what happened to us ain't happened to nobody else under the heaven.
Mm.
But the Lord ain't done. He ain't done swinging this damn Edomite. What you got, Op?
James 5:4 says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." Now, in the time of Egypt, right, it was known as hard bondage, to the point where we as a people, we cried to the Heavenly Father. And the Heavenly Father heard our cries. He heard our prayers. Okay, now in this time is all of our people crying to the Heavenly Father? No, but the elected are. Alright? And our prayers, our cries are entered into his ears, man. He sees our sufferings. He sees our afflictions. And this is why all these things are happening around the world. Okay, this is why you have signs, like right after the Passover, March 24th, 25th, you have a blood moon. Okay, after that, the Devil's Comet, April 8th, the solar eclipse. These are all signs that the Lord is showing that he's getting ready to deliver us, to put an end to this.
There's one coming up on Monday, a blood moon.
Yeah, blood moon. March
Blood moon. Okay, you already
24th,
mentioned it?
Yeah, blood moon.
Hey, we was
March
just
24th to 25th.
Reading earlier, the Lord's going to show Pharaoh his signs.
What?
Roughly, paraphrasing.
Yeah, we definitely in that time where the Lord is, he's doing what he said he would do.
Yeah,
Everything
bro.
that's written is coming to pass.
Hey, like you mentioned earlier, what made Egypt great was us. Alright, it was built by free labor, hardcore bondage.
Yeah,
Same
bro.
shit with America. Built by hardcore, it was built by hardcore bondage, by the blood of us so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It's similar in it, and it's still being run to this day. Who's
Right.
running this place?
Right.
Jake. Who's doing all the graveyard shit, all the hard laborer's job, building all these buildings? All right, who's cooking in your restaurant?
Yeah, all
Jake
the
is.
all the service jobs. That's all Jake.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, if you Google how the Egyptians paid the Israelites, it was bread and wheat, I believe. It was food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even prior to the hardcore bondage, it was Joseph that saved Egypt from the famine.
Made Egypt great. That was the Lord, though. Go back to Exodus.
Exodus chapter 8 and verse 21. Else if thou would not let my
Let's
people...
start at 20.
You want to start 20? Okay, 20. Exodus 8 and 20. And the Lord said
This
unto...
is our history, man. This is important to know. It seems basic. But a lot of Jake has remove themselves far from the scriptures. They're not even concerned with the scriptures no more. Now they're talking about universes, ancestors, and all this other shit.
Yeah.
All right, your ancestors is not guiding your black ass.
The universe is telling me something.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Satan is talking to your ass.
Bro, why would you want to be an Egyptian when you could be the greater people, the Israelites?
Yeah.
They don't see no greatness in being an Israelite.
A lot of our people thought they think Egypt is the homeland.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. This is where life started when it was in Egypt.
Yeah, Bob Marley's crazy ass thought he needed to go to so-called back to Africa. Nah, man, it's not our land. Scriptures don't speak about that. Scriptures speak about the land of Israel.
Right. That Fertile Crescent, all that's on.
You know, Africa is known as the land of Ham.
Yeah. We don't
Okay.
have a land to go to right now.
Yeah.
I took our land, man. That's why when Jakes go back to Africa, to Liberia, you end up getting fucked up over there, man.
Yeah.
You end up getting what they call finesse. You know, Hamites finesse you out of money and land. You know.
Jake be going to the west coast of Africa, Ghana, and all that. Those are Israelites. That's why you vibing with them. They're Israelites. Okay, our people, millions of our people fled into the west coast of Africa, fleeing Roman persecution, man. Going back to 70 AD. All right, those are our people over there, man. But that don't mean that's where we from. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
So Exodus 8 and 20, and the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water.
You see how the Lord is instructing Moses on everything he needs to do. The Lord is instructing us. Hey, when the Lord takes us off the street, that's gonna be his move. We're gonna know in time when it's time to get off the streets, man. Because at one time, it was said that you would not see Pharaoh no more. You know?
Hey, the scripture says
I believe Pharaoh's the one that said it. Go ahead.
the truth will go to the gates of the nobles.
That's
you
it.
know? So, hey, man, these elites on this side, they seeing us.
Yeah.
They hearing us.
Oh, for sure. That's why they in Georgia, in what, South Dakota, you can't bring out certain scriptures. So they're slowly inching their way towards removing this book. The teaching of this book, they're gonna outlaw. There's a reason for that. Okay?
To be honest, there's more than 2 of those states. It's about 35 of them that are on code with that. They're about to bring it on, you know? 35 different states. So yeah, they're slowly pushing that legislation to make this book illegal now.
You know? Go ahead.
And it says, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servant, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, from his people. There remaineth not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also. Neither would he let the people go. Hey man,
Keep reading now.
flies are so fucking annoying. Just one fly in your house.
What verse were you at?
The 32nd. So it's chapter
32nd. We're in chapter 8, bro.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that was the last verse of chapter 8.
Hell no, you skipped over a lot, bro.
Oh,
You skipped over a whole lot, bro. I don't
yeah.
know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 9. What you
I
talking
went right
about,
to
bro?
that. It's like it's verse 22. It's like it. I went
Yeah,
from here
bro.
to
Come on, man.
My
Come
bad.
on, bro.
So
Stay with us, Doc. Stay with us, bro.
I jumped from one chapter.
Come on, bro.
Exodus chapter 8 and verses
22, bro.
22. And I will serve in that day.
I was severed.
I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell,
Right.
that no swarms of flies shall be there.
So we weren't affected by the plagues. And it's going to be the same thing for the Lord's elect. You need some water out? It's going to be the same thing for the Lord's elect. All right? You know a scripture on that? What, Psalm 91? You know, because the Lord is bringing wrath, but he's bringing mercy too. Go ahead on that, Doc. Scriptures. got one under you too. You know what I'm saying? Read that scripture again. With 22.
Exodus 8 and 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there. To the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Right, so the Lord's going to put a division between his elect and the rest of you people out here, man. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says,
Well, you can, we'll come back to it then. Go ahead.
it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
Right, that mark in the Hebrew is tawa. All right, you got to understand some Hebrew in this thing. You got to know some Hebrew. You got to understand the basics of the Hebrew, because the Heavenly Father's name and his Son's name is in what? In Hebrew. You got to know how to write it. You got to know how to read it. You got to know how to understand it. Okay, you got to know some Hebrew in this thing. So read it again, bro.
The Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, and that tawa is exempt from judgment. So just like the Lord made it to where these plagues, Jake was exempt from it. It ain't gonna be like that in this time for all Jake. It's just gonna be like that for the Lord's elect.
That's right.
The Lord said he will keep us in that hour of temptation. He's gonna guard us, he's gonna protect us.
We shall have abundance, others shall be sorrowful.
That's right.
Heathen shall envy thee, because it will not be able to do nothing against thee.
That's right. And that's just part of the reward of serving Yahweh by Shema Shai.
And this shows you that we're going to be here in
Yep.
the midst of all the chaos. We got a belief amongst the Christians how that doctrine of the 7 years of hell, like before that hell starts, that the Christians are going to get raptured up. No, man. The elect, the true anointed ones, the true chosen ones, are going to be in the midst of all this chaos, man.
We gotta show our faith.
Right. And,
Right.
And how you think the Lord's gonna need witnesses? We gonna need to be the Lord's gonna need souls that's gonna have to live through Jacob's trouble, live through the America's destruction, to tell it to their children in the next world, all right, in the next life, kingdom.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 24, Exodus chapter 8 and 24. And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies.
And like you just said earlier, our body flies are annoying. They don't. Here it is. You be at a park. You just be. Anyway, you got the fly, got the whole goddamn fucking world, the whole park. They want to fucking go on your ass, man.
Yep.
You know, you trying to smack this shit going around. You know.
Especially when they get in your ear, you hear that buzzing in your ear and shit.
So you know it bugged them out, man.
Yeah.
That's enough to make a person go crazy, man. But they look at Jake and ain't nothing happening. Oh yeah, that's the power of Yahweh by Shema Shai on your ass.
They show you that in some of those reality shows like Survivor and all that. They be out there in the wilderness, you know. They have these flies all around them. They're going crazy. Got bumps all over their body because they've been bitten up, you know.
Yeah. Man, that's just the Lord turning the heat up. Okay, keep going, all right?
Exodus 8 and 25. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said,
You gotta imagine all of this, man. Put yourself there, man. You know, put yourself there, man.
Hey,
Think about all of this, man. Think about how annoying that is.
Where was Baal, Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, where are all these gods that you worship? See, but the Lord's showing there's only one God. Can we get that? The Lord, creator of heavens and earth. All the gods of the nations are idols. All right, because you people gonna find out all these so-called gods out here are not gods. They're idols. Okay? And the Lord gonna shut down all these idols out here, man. He gonna shut down that dollar that you people worship. He gonna shut down the so-called white man that you worship. He gonna shut down the society that you worship. I think it's like 90. What is it?
What I'm looking for.
What? Oh, 96 and 4.
Psalms 96 and 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised.
That's right.
He is to be feared above all gods.
Wow, our power is to be feared. Go ahead.
The word gods there is all lowercase.
Yeah. Because those are not gods, right?
Right.
He's to be feared, all right? And the whole earth is going to fear you. How about Shema Shai? Real soon. Go ahead.
For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
That's a clear distinction within power.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the heavens in all its glory. Yeah, our God created that. You people want to talk about the universe. Who created the universe? Yahweh Bashim Shai. Scripture said the Lord created all things in general. And everything is so deep. You know, you look at all the insects, you look at all the ecosystems, you look at the ocean, everything is so intricately and intelligently created. You know, look at humans, man.
Everything's in order.
Look at the process of life. Look how a woman could give birth. A man could put a seed in a woman could give birth. You watch that child grow and develop. Oh man, into an adult. Come on, man. Someone put that in motion, man. It didn't just happen.
Yeah, like that Big Bang Theory.
That's bullshit.
Come on, that's you people that believe in that shit, you're fucking stupid. You're retarded.
Well, a fool
Yeah.
said that there is no God.
I gotta say it like that, 'cause
Yeah.
it's true, you're fucking retarded.
And you are fucking
If
retarded.
the Big Bang is so real, how come when y'all blow up people's homes, it don't become?
Yeah, why are you so devastated when the towers went down?
Hey,
Aren't they supposed to create some type of beauty?
hey,
Fuck outta here.
explain how the oceans, the waves don't overpass the land.
Mm-hmm.
What is stopping? I always wondered. I was young. What is stopping the water from coming and flooding everything?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Esau, and what his ass will always want to come with some scientific BS.
See, but it show you when the Lord does allow the water to go past that border that the Lord gave it, it's judgment.
Yup.
Tsunamis and all of that, floods, that's judgment.
Judgment.
The Lord allowing that water to go over that land like that. Or why is the sun positioned at the sun or in the earth at such a distance to where, you know, it's at that perfect right distance. Same with the moon. You know, it's not too far, not too close. It's at the perfect distance, man. That's the Yahweh Bashim Shai, man.
Day and night.
Yeah.
Sun is not the only thing that's giving the earth light.
Right.
You know.
You got
moon
seasons.
phases. Yeah.
Slack it. Go ahead.
You got
Yeah, you got seasons. You know, you got, like brother said, moon phases. And these things have been since the beginning. They never stopped. Okay, an ant is still an ant. A lion is still a lion. Man and woman is still man and woman. Okay? But let's go.
Right, so
25.
Exodus 8 and 25, and Pharaoh called for Moses
We ain't got number time.
and for Aaron and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land.
Ye. Slack it, brother.
Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land.
Right, he was already tired of it. This is plague 4.
Yeah.
He was ready to go. But, keep going.
And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God as he shall command us.
Right?
And Pharaoh,
Because Pharaoh's like, all right, go, but he wanted to dictate the terms. No, you ain't dictating shit. We're gonna do it how about Shema Shah wants us to do it.
He wanted to keep us still in his sight.
Yeah. You ain't our God, motherfucker. Same with the Edomite. Edomite wants to control Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it like this, you can do it like that. Nah, man, you ain't our power, man. Fuck you.
Verse 28, and Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away and treat for me.
Only you should not go very far away. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Go ahead.
And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and will entreat the Lord that the swarm of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the words of Moses, and he removed the swarm of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also. Neither would he let the people go.
Alright, so the Lord's like, alright, let's turn up a little more. Keep going, alright?
Verse chapter 9.
I'll read chapter 9.
You got it? Go ahead.
Chapter 9. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Lord power of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep.
Now it's a livelihood. Food. Read that again.
Behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous rain.
This is a pestilence. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is in the children's hand, the children of Israel.
Read it again, bro.
And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die, all that is the children of Israel.
Right, so the Lord once again making the separation. Okay? But this time it ain't gonna be for all Israel. It's gonna be only for the Lord's elect. Okay? Go ahead.
And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt.
Now this is the sixth plague, the plague of boils. Oh shit.
So it's like a dust storm that happened?
You gonna read it out? You gotta listen, bro. Go ahead.
And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast.
Man, that's one thing the Lord kept doing. He kept attacking them beasts too. Oh shit. Go ahead.
And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils. For the boil was upon the magicians and upon all Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord power of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that they mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth.
Go ahead.
For now I will stretch out my hand, that I might smite thee with thy and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from all the earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for and to show in my power, thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, so the Lord he detailed why he's doing it. Can somebody grab Sirach 16 and 15? Read that verse again out. And this is something that Paul quoted in Romans the 9th chapter. All right, go ahead.
Exodus 9:16. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, so it's going to be the same thing in this time. You know, the Lord's going to show his power through the taking down of this current empire. And the name of Yahweh Basham Shai is going to be known throughout the whole earth. Just like in that time. The other nations, they heard of what the Lord did to the Egyptians. Go ahead.
Sirach 16 and 15. The Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world.
There you go. Read again.
The Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world.
That his powerful works might be known to the world. All right, so the powerful works of Yahweh Basham Shai are going to be known to the world when it's all said and done. Mainly the destruction of America, man, via nuclear missiles, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Some of those same things are happening right now with them euthanizing all the cows, creating a famine. Okay, that's the Lord doing that. Man.
Yep.
Okay. This farmer came on and he was talking about how they're pouring out all kinds of milk. They're euthanizing chickens. Okay, euthanizing beef cows. You know, and how the G-men, you know, how they telling them that they gotta cease and desist. And a lot of farmers, they're coming up dead, talking about suicide. Okay, but these are the ones that not going along with evil E in this plan. Okay, so now they're coming up unalived, as they say.
Yeah, the term for it is agent orange, where they're either asking the farmers to destroy their lands. If they don't buy it, if they don't sell off their lands, they have them force them to destroy it.
Yeah, they was doing that in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 16. For thy power is the beginning of righteousness, and because thou art the Lord of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. For when men will not believe that thou art full of full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest.
That's right. That's right.
And the Lord's about to show his power again. Because people don't believe in a God. They don't think they ain't no God ain't powerful. They think God's all good. You know, they have that mindset. But the Lord's getting ready to show his power. And one way that he's going to show his power is through judgment. Okay?
Yep. Go back.
Back in Exodus 9 and 17. As yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go? Behold, tomorrow about this time.
See, Jake didn't have to defend themselves. Yahweh Basham Shai defended us. All right? So we don't need to defend ourselves in this time.
Right.
The Lord going to stand up for us. Go ahead.
Behold, tomorrow about this time will I cause it to rain a very grievous hail.
And the Lord was telling them, look, tomorrow I'm going to do this. What you going to do? Tomorrow about this time.
Right. Take that.
Take that. What you going to do? Stop the rain. Can you stand the rain?
Right.
Go ahead, Ari. This is a crucial one.
Hey, but that's the power. That's how the Lord is showing his power. Like he got this eclipse coming, Esau can't do that. He has nothing to do with that, man.
Nothing. All you can do is watch.
It's just watch.
Over America, too.
Over America. And it's the second one that's going to cross it out, man.
7 years.
Yeah.
You know how the Lord do.
And then the increments between the last one and this one is 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks.
Oh, damn.
Okay? Yeah, in 6 days.
Yep.
Okay? And the definition of 6666 is judgment. What's justified? I forget the word. But it's almost like judgment, you know? And America's about to be judged, man. Okay, and Esau can't do anything about these are signs from heaven, man.
Yep.
This is the Lord showing it.
He said it will happen before the great terrible day of the Lord. There you go.
Oh, and remember the blood moon is coming.
Yeah, that's coming Monday.
See?
Yep.
Recently, they just had a previous hailstorm out there in the Midwest somewhere.
Yeah.
I was watching on TikTok. The person was filming their parking lot. All the cars were destroyed, man.
Yeah.
Windows were busted open. Everything was just all messed up, man. So this hailstorms can be very grievous.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Exodus 9:18. Behold, tomorrow, about this time, I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even unto now. Send therefore.
So this is unprecedented judgment. Just like the Lord said in the scriptures, I will do a new thing. So the Lord was doing new things, man. Read that again.
Behold, tomorrow about this time, I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even unto now.
Right.
Send therefore now and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die.
I found this part funny right here, man. Keep reading.
He that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses.
They knew the Lord wasn't bluffing.
Right.
He that feared read it again.
Read them cows in here.
Yeah, because this is the 7th plague, so them 6 plagues already got them.
Yep.
They knew the Lord wasn't playing, man. Go ahead.
He that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field.
Right, and eventually got judged. So, hey, if you don't want to believe the Lord in this time, you're going to end up being judged.
Yeah.
Okay, but the ones that are wise and that fear the Lord, you're going to take heed to that warning. Because the Lord said, he told you what he was going to do.
Like he's telling you now what he's about
He's
to
telling you what he's going to do. All right, we're telling you there's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. We're telling you, the scripture's telling you that Esau Edom's going to come down with great wrath. We're telling you America's going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. We're telling you that Yahweh Shai is going to come. Okay, hey.
And we telling
Believe
you,
it or not.
we telling you to repent,
Yep.
you know, because that's going to be the only way out. There's no but one way out, man.
Believe it or not, like Ripley's, man. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail, and fire mingled with the hail. Damn.
God damn.
Very grievous.
Fire and ice. Come on, man. Fire and ice. Because hell is ice, you know.
And you know Jake can see it, you know, from a distance. They can see all the judgments going out. You can hear all the wailing and crying going out. Go ahead.
So there was hail, and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field.
Attacking their food.
Man, broke the trees.
It also said there was none like it since there was a nation. There's a time coming like never seen before, man. You know?
Can't even really imagine what the Lord's got in store. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was no hail.
Once again, that separation. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked.
Look at that.
Entreat the Lord, for it is enough that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city.
That hell made him acknowledge his wickedness. Those plagues made him realize, look, Lord, you righteous, I'm wicked. And he said, I and my people are wicked. Right? You go to real quick, Wisdom of Solomon 17. It speaks of an unholy nation. All right? You fucking Egyptians, you were wicked as all hell. But you want wicked, more wicked than the damn devil. So imagine what the Lord gonna do to you Edomites. Come on, bro, at the top.
Wisdom of Solomon, Sirach 17.
No, Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verses 1. And it says, for great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation,
Right, unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, speaking of you Egyptians. Go ahead.
they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness.
Right, that's all I wanted. Just the fact that he called himself wicked.
Right.
When an unrighteous, basically a people thought to oppress the holy nation. All right, go back. Well, we're gonna go to that, man, because that's one of the plagues, darkness. Go ahead.
So Exodus 9 and 29. And Moses said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease. Neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how the earth is the Lord's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord's power. And the flax and the barley is smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled, or balled. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord, and the thunders and the hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, and he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go. And the Lord had spoken by Moses, as the Lord had spoken by Moses. Chapter 10 and 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, power of the Hebrews, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts unto thy coast.
Once again, you think the Lord playing with your ass? Here you go, turning that heat up. Go ahead.
And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. That they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field.
So the ones that didn't get the the crops and all that didn't get destroyed by the hail, here come the locusts. Go ahead.
It's
said
cleanup crew.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. It said that they shall cover the face of the earth, that you couldn't see the earth. So you couldn't see the ground at all. That's how many locusts there was out there. Verse 6, and they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were brought upon the earth unto this day.
Yep.
And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, how long shall this man be a snare unto us?
He was tired of Moses, but couldn't stop Moses. You couldn't do nothing. Right? Go ahead.
Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their power. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses...
Wait. Go back. That's his servant saying that to him?
Yeah. It says, and Pharaoh's servants said unto him, how long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their power. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed?
Right, Egypt was already tore up. But the Lord wasn't done. His servants was like, come on, man. We're going to end up dead, fucking with you. See, but their heart wasn't hardened. It was Pharaoh's heart that's hardened. You know, to where his pride was blinding him. Go ahead. And you damn devils, your pride is blinding you. Thinking you're going to accomplish a new world order.
Yeah.
Or
You got life fucked up.
put his people in slavery forever.
Yeah, you got life all the way tore up.
The pride of thine heart has deceived thee.
Go ahead.
Luke chapter 4 and 31. Miserable are they that afflict thee, and rejoice at thy fall.
Right?
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own destruction.
Speaking of Babylon the Great, America, man. Go ahead.
So Exodus 10 and 8. And Moses...
Fucking Edomites have no clue, man. You have no clue that your world is falling apart.
Dead land walking.
And this is a controlled, what do they call it? Demolition. It's a controlled demolition by Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. Alright?
Precise.
Yeah, man.
And the Egyptians were grieved that they were going through it. The
They were
Lord
going
was
through it,
visiting
man.
them.
Yeah.
They're
Go
like,
ahead.
But the thing of the matter is, in this whole story, is that Pharaoh couldn't do nothing about it. His heart was hardened. He wanted to stop.
He
But
did.
at seven,
I think after the third one, he was like, you know, ready to stop it, but the Lord kept hardening his heart. But the Lord kept saying, I'm doing this to show my power.
yeah.
Go ahead.
The Lord really going to show his power. And when he destroys America, all you other nations you're going to fear, and you're going to know how not to run a nation, man.
And then you go right into slavery. You really gonna learn.
There you go.
Cool. You saw the destruction of America? Cool. Now get these chains on, man.
There you go.
Go ahead.
And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh. And he said unto them, go serve the Lord your power. But who are they that shall go?
Where you at, bro?
Verse 8.
Okay. Verse 9 now?
Verse 9. And Moses said, we will go with our young and our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds we will go, for we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you. Not so, Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord.
Here we go. Once again, trying to dictate the terms on how we do and what we do. No, fuck you. Okay, you ain't running shit. All right. What we going? All the men leave and lead the church? Nah, we don't want to come back to this place. What the fuck you talking about? Go ahead.
Not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire, and they are driven out from Pharaoh's presence.
They were driven out. Go ahead.
And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt and
The Lord
eat.
wasn't hearing none of that shit. Fuck out of here. Now I'm turning the fire up a little more on your ass. Go ahead.
The Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt and rested in all the coast of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have
haste. He did it with urgency. You see how the Lord slowly broke him down? Like a boxer breaking down his opponent?
Yeah.
Take this body shot, man. Right to the liver, man. Take that. Woo! And his opponent can't do nothing but feel that pain.
Yeah.
And take a fucking knee eventually, right? Go ahead.
Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your power,
Yeah.
and against you.
You feel that, huh? Yeah. He said, and against you. Uh-oh. He humbling himself.
Acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your power, that he may take away from me this death only.
Now he's acknowledging Yahweh Shema Shai. You know your guys ain't shit. Your guys gonna do nothing to get you out of that. Go ahead, and same with you Edomites. Satan ain't gonna be able to save you, man. Satan is not gonna be able to save you from the wrath of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt,
Now
even
the Lord,
darkness.
now the Lord about to set up the KO. He about to set up the KO on your ass, man. You know? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
Woo!
And Moses,
Shit. You can feel darkness?
yeah.
That's some true power.
Go ahead.
And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven.
That's true power from the true power.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And
It's better to acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shai now. It's better to repent and get with the Lord now before he start letting this wrath go.
Yeah.
Because once he goes, it ain't gonna stop until the missiles drop. Go ahead.
And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither
72 hours.
God damn, you say they saw not one another.
Oh,
We could be
man.
right up on you and can't even see you. Like, what?
Well, they couldn't light, when they light a fire, they can't
Can't
see
even
it.
see the fire. What?
That's dark.
That that preceded nighttime, huh?
Yeah.
That's the darkness we ain't experienced.
That's the night had a night.
The night had a night.
Hey, the night
That's the night.
like
That's the night's big homie.
exactly.
Big night.
Big night.
Damn, yo, that's what the Lord did. Though.
The Suge Knight of nights.
The Lord said, "Don't fuck with my people."
Exactly.
You understand? Go ahead, read that again.
they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Once again, you see? Now, somebody grabs, we're going to grab that Wisdom of Solomon. Somebody grab Psalms 105 and 28. Stop. Nah, we're going to get the Psalms real quick.
128.
105 and we can start at 26. The Lord was not playing with you damn Egyptians, and the Lord is not playing with you Edomites.
Psalms chapter 105, verse 26, it says, He sent Moses, his servant, and Aaron, whom he had chosen. They showed his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham.
In the land of Ham, you see?
The land of, which was the land of Africa, specifically the land of Mizraim, which is known today, Egypt.
Yeah.
He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word.
Right, he sent darkness and made it dark. That's it, bro.
Yeah. It was dark that you can feel it.
Yeah, it goes on, but
You
the
know
point
when it's dark, you know?
is, point is, he sent darkness and made it dark.
The whole chapter at the end goes into all the plagues.
Yeah. He sent darkness and made it dark. So the Lord gonna send darkness out here. You know, they're already telling the people to prepare for power outages, telecommunications to be down with this it's an eclipse that's coming, man.
Right? And you
Store up water, get food.
gotta keep this in mind. People are used to the city, you know, city lights on, driving the city lights in your neighborhood, the city lights in most cases. But all that to be just shut off and not be able to work and it just be complete darkness.
No running water.
Right, that would not only do something to mentally, but just the feeling of being out in the dark, you know, not knowing when the lights are gonna turn on, not be able to see anything.
People are afraid of the dark.
Shit. And the first thing people do is they get out their phone and turn their flashlight. What if the phone don't fucking work?
Yeah, that took away everyone having their own flashlights. See, but you Americans, you're not ready for that, man. Okay?
Yeah, you're not ready for what the third world countries are going to suffer, man. Like over there in Palestine, a lot of those people over there are dying. A lot of the kids are starving to death. No food, no running water, no power. That's all gonna come here. Okay.
And the Egyptians, they dealt with life. They didn't go to the markets to buy their food. They didn't go to the grocery store. They dealt with real life. And this was horrific for them. This is terrifying for them.
Self-sufficient.
How much more they were self-sufficient. How much more you goddamn for you weak ass Americans that don't know how to do shit.
Yeah. Damn, paraplegic ass Americans.
Yeah, man.
As far as societal taking care of yourself in the world, you're a paraplegic, man.
And you might be able to say, oh, you guys grew up here too. Yeah, we did. In that way, we're soft too. But guess what? The Lord he gonna handle us, man. He gonna take care of us, man.
Yep. Because the scripture said what? You shall starve, my servant shall eat.
That's right.
You shall be thirsty, my servant shall drink.
The Lord said we're gonna rejoice.
Exactly.
We're gonna be married and have abundance.
Have plenty.
See? So we fear the Lord. It ain't taking. We don't need the Lord to jack shit up for us to fear Him. We fear Him. We actually waiting for the Lord. We pray to the Lord for Him to bring judgments upon this place, man.
Yeah.
You see? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 1. For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night.
Right, fettered with chains. So they were behind the prisons of darkness, man. They were in the prison cells of darkness. Because when you can't see the man next to you, you don't want to move. Why would you want to move? You can't see nothing.
Right.
You're going to end up getting hurt.
Yeah.
Triple fog.
But where was the sun god Ra?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he shine light from the sun on your ass? You
I
know?
bet they were
That was a
calling
big
upon his
God,
ass.
too.
You know they were. Come on now. You know they was calling. They had the Nile god. Where's the Nile god when the Lord made it into blood?
That's right.
You see? Go ahead.
And feathered
Worshipping cows and shit.
Yeah.
with the bonds of a long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
Strange apparitions, man. And the Lord gonna bring strange apparitions here. Just like the Lord did in that mall over there in Miami or wherever it was. You got all type of different accounts, people speaking of these terrifying creatures appearing out of a portal. I remember saying one time the Lord gonna make this place into a haunted house. Y'all like that energy so much. All right, the Lord gonna create a haunted house.
Right, like Universal Studios, what they call it? Horror Nights.
Six
Shit,
Flags.
That shit's always fucking packed.
Disney.
That shit gonna come right for your house. You don't need.
Exactly.
You don't need to spend money.
Yeah.
You don't need to travel by parking. All right, it's gonna be right in front of your front doorstep, man.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, imagine being in that triple darkness, and then an apparition shows up to you.
Or a fire just appears out of
Yeah.
nowhere
Oh,
in the middle of your living room.
you're right.
You're like, oh shit.
You hear that lion.
Or a snake slither. Come on, man.
Or a demon growl and shit.
Oh hell no. Right here and shit. Right behind you.
Breathing on your neck
Nah, man.
I've
with
heard.
some
See-
stinking
See,
breath.
we can just keep going and going and going, man.
I heard that shit. When I was a little kid, walking, it's 3 in the morning. The fucking demon
Where?
growl.
Inside the house?
No, I was outside doing something I was supposed to.
At 3 years old?
No, I was in 5th grade.
Oh, I thought you
It was 3 in
He
the
was
morning.
about 10 years old.
Yeah.
So this is about 2016. No, I'm playing.
It was a fence. It was nothing behind the fence. There was no house.
What you was doing outside though?
And then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What the hell you was doing?
It's 3 in the morning.
Damn. I thought I had freedom as a child. Shit.
And then fucking demon growled and shook the whole fucking fence. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Shit like that's gonna be happening.
See, that's the Lord saying, get your ass in the house.
Yeah.
It says,
Damn, bro. Come.
verse 4, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them
There it
with
is.
heavy countenances.
Ooh, demons appearing unto you. Sounds appearing. You hearing random sounds. Like, I know there ain't no waterfall near me.
Rushing water.
That's some scary shit. You know?
Yeah.
But the scriptures describe the Lord as the king of terrors, man. Go ahead.
And it says, no power of the fire might give them light, neither
Yeah.
could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
So even the constellations you couldn't see. Now that's something else right there. That's something else right there. That's the type of darkness you know, because not just you got the night glow, you know.
Yeah, usually you don't really see stars as much in the city, but it's here in a very dark area with no light.
The whole heavens is lit up.
You can see it. And you ever been to Grand Canyon? You can see like more stars than ever in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, but they couldn't see shit. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. Being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. And as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. So the people that do like enchantments, or they'll go to like today they'll go to a voodoo person to remove evil spirits. Well, them people that would mess with the left hand, they couldn't even defend themselves. You know, they were being tortured as well.
All right, because the Lord controls that left hand. He didn't allow you to have no access to no damn demons or none of that power. You got shut down.
When that happens again with your wicked least, that's how you know. That's when you're gonna really start panicking, because that left hand power is taken away from you.
Stand out with thine enchantments.
When Satan don't appear onto you, or them high level demons, whoever you call don't appear onto you, no matter how many kids you sacrifice or whatever you do works.
When your witchcraft stops working,
you're in a panic, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in a panic mode.
The Lord loaned Satan to you. He was just alone.
the deceiver and the deceived are his.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Verse 9, for though no terrible things did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided.
Damn.
For wickedness condemned by their own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience, always forecasted grievous things. For fear is nothing else but the betraying of the succors which reason offereth, and the expectation from within being less, counted the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. But thy sleeping, the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell,
That it, bro?
were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their hearts failing them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them.
What verse you at?
Verse 15. And do you want me to read it?
Nah, keep going, bro.
Verse 16, for so then, whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. For whether he were a husbandman, or a shepherd, or a laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured that necessity, which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness. Whether it were a whistling wind, or a melodious noise of birds among the spreading of branches, or a pleasing fall of water running violently, or a terrible sound of stone casting down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts, or a roaring voice of most savage wild beasts, or a rebounding echo from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon for fear. For the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. Over them only was spread in heavy night an image of that darkness which should afterward receive them. But yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness.
So basically, the Lord terrorized their ass. You know, 3 nights, 3 days. Go ahead out, back in Exodus.
Exodus
So
10
imagine what the Lord gonna do here, man. You know, it's just getting started, man.
Right.
It's just getting started. You know?
Remember, it's going to be a time like never before. Those things, some of the things that happened in Egypt, that already happened. So the Lord is going to outdo that.
Oh, he's gonna outdo himself. He always does.
Yep.
He gonna make a full example of this place. He said they're not no longer gonna talk about what he did in Egypt. They're gonna talk about what he did over here.
Yeah, it said for the whole world shine with clear light, none hindered their labor. Everywhere else was functioning. You know, there was lights, there was constellation, there's a moon. Except for Egypt, it was the only place going through it like that. You know?
Yep. Go ahead.
Exodus 10 and 24. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve the Lord. Let your flocks and your herds be stayed.
Here he is, still trying to dictate the goddamn terms. Let your flock stay. Hell no. Go ahead.
Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our power. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind. For thereof must we take to serve the Lord our power, that we know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come thither. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face again no more.
So he was still making threats. Go ahead.
Chapter 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt afterwards.
Never did the Lord say that before. That he was gonna, I'm gonna bring 8 more plagues. Or I'm gonna bring 10. You know, this is the first time that he mentioned I'm gonna bring 1 more plague. You know, Moses was just doing what he said. So this was that KO right here. Go ahead.
The Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring 1 plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go. He will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, About midnight will I go out in the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more.
All right, so the Lord, he kept turning up the heat on you damn Egyptians, man. You know, for not letting his people go, man. Okay, so this was that final blow. The killing of the firstborn, man and beast. Okay?
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right?
And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel out of his hand, out of his land. Somebody else.
Where you at, bro?
Chapter 12.
Okay. Exodus 12, bro.
So Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. It says, And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Right, we're in this month. Okay, this is the beginning of the actual year. It's not when Esau Edom tells you the new year comes in January in the dead of winter. No, that's not the new year. All right? The new year comes in when spring comes in. Okay? We're officially in spring. We're 2 weeks into the new year. Go ahead.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year, and ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
Right, and dealing with Yahweh Shai, he was that lamb without blemish. You know, that perfect sacrifice. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two sides of the posts, and the upper door, the posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8, And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with the bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with the water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the pureness thereof. It says, And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn it with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
All right, so this is a very solemn night. All right, so it's not the atmosphere of the Pesach. It's not a cheerful atmosphere, man.
Yeah, it's not some kickback. You know,
It's
like it
very
says,
solemn.
yeah, like I was saying in the verse, you know, they have their shoes on, but they were eating meats.
Eating in haste, man.
Yeah.
You know, so remember this when we, hold the Pesach, man. You know, we eat the horseradish, right?
Yeah.
To remind us of the bitterness of Egypt, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Like all the gods of Egypt, man. Read that again.
Yep. It says, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord." And the
Go on.
and the blood shall be to your Salaki, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are.
Right, grab that Ezekiel 9 you got earlier. Keep reading that. What you stop
Oh,
before?
okay.
Read it again.
It says, verse 13, "And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are."
Token is a sign.
Yep.
Go ahead.
"Where ye are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you."
Hence the name Passover. That judgment passing over you. Right? But now it's not blood on our doorposts. It's, you know, blood on our minds, man. You know, having that, you know, Yahweh's blood covering us, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, "And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt."
Where you at?
14.
You at 14?
Yeah, I just finished it.
Okay.
You wanted that Ezekiel, right?
Yeah. You grab that. Or, you know, keep going. Keep reading. You grab it. Okay.
"And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations."
Right, that's right. Grab, somebody grab, rehearse the righteous acts. Because we're just rehearsing, you know, we can't get it 100% right. But we're just doing, you know, the best of our ability.
You gotta get a lamb without blemish, year old, male.
Yeah.
You know, that's how that means that out of all your livestock of lambs, sheep you have to pick out a certain lamb, put it to the side to take special care of it for a year.
Yeah.
You know,
Which none of us are doing that. You know? Anybody got it? Nobody got it? Yeah, what's that? Joshua 5, right?
This is Judges 5 and 11.
Judges 5. My bad.
It says, "They that are Judges 5 and 11, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawn water,
Place of drawing waters represents captivity. Go ahead.
there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Yeah, is that it?
even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates."
Right, so we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay?
yeah, we're in captivity. In captivity, you cannot keep it 100% perfect.
Right. But it's about the intention, right?
Right.
Go ahead, Al.
It's back in Exodus 12 and 14. "And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread."
7 days so you eat unleavened bread. So brothers, remember that, man. Take the yeast out your house, you know, bread out your house, all of that. For 7 days. You cannot eat yeast. You know, go ahead.
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
That sounds very solemn. Go ahead.
Verse 16, "And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation. To you no manner of work shall be done in them."
Right. Once again, we're in captivity, right? Yep. So brothers gotta go to work doing these days. Go ahead.
It says, "Save that which every man must eat." So like it, no manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in the same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 20th day of the month of even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations, shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. This is verse 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you.
Right. Can we get that Ezekiel now? All right, because that was symbolic.
Yeah.
I mean, in that time, actual blood, but this time it represents the blood of Yahushua, blood of the Lamb covering you.
Ezekiel 9:4.
You can break it down, bro.
The Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is referring to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. Are you Israelites? You represent Jerusalem, not the people today that are currently inhabiting that land. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and not cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. When you go into the word mark, it breaks down to the exemption, or exemption from judgment. The Hebrew word being tawah, okay? And the ones that are going to have this mark, which is a completely different mark from the charagma, all right? The ones that are going to have this mark are the elect, okay? That when these angels, when these dead angels, when they come down and do their thing, all right? When they see someone that has that mark, that judgment is going to pass over them, man. All right, because we're going to be in the midst of all this chaos, man. You may be somewhere and shit happens, and then bullets are flying. See one person die from the left, one person drop dead to the right, but you're still able to escape. Why? Because you have that mark, you have that tawah. Okay, you're exempt from the judgment that is to come. So it says, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh, not a cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of it. Right? Who's really sighing and crying but us? Okay? Who's really sighing and crying? Who's really vexed with the wickedness that goes on in this place, man? Or us. All right, and the Lord sees that. He hears our cries. It says, verse 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. The others represent the 2/3 of our people, the ones that are destined to be destroyed in the land of America. Okay, if you don't have that mark, you're completely through, man. You're effed. Okay, whether you die by famine, whether you die by pestilence, whether you die by the sword, whether you die by these evil beasts. Okay, and the fowls of the air. I said evil. I mean wild beasts, or the fowls of the air, man. Okay, because the Lord got judgment coming for His people, man. The ones that hear this word and refuse to repent. Okay? It says, verse 6, Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, will come not near any man upon whom is the mark in the beginning of my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Right, so slay utterly old and young. Okay? It don't matter if you're a woman, a young child, an old individual. If you don't have that mark, Okay? You're going to be slain out here. Okay?
That mark ultimately represents the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Because the same blood that was put on the doorpost, you know, was the same representation back then to now.
I got precept. It's 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. It says, "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, and as you are unleavened, for even Yahweh Shai, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." Okay, so Yahweh Shai is truly our Passover.
He was born out, not to eat it unworthily. Because you got a lot of Jake that's gonna.
That's a different chapter.
You got a lot of Jake that's gonna celebrate the Passover, or take celebrate the Passover, but they're gonna take it in a joyous form. They're not gonna take it seriously. They're gonna, you know, like I said, eat in haste. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna take their time.
It's gonna be a party.
You know,
It's gonna be an Israelite party.
it's a party.
It's going to be an Israelite party, and the fact that they don't even believe in Yahweh Shai. They don't believe Yahweh Shai was the son of Yahweh. Okay, they don't believe he's deserved to be worshipped, but yet he is the Passover.
And they got
Okay,
all type of women in there, children in there,
right.
women on their periods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's unclean. At Yahweh Shai's Passover, there was no woman. It was all men, and men were being revealed. You know,
Right.
it was very solemn. You know, the disciples weren't sure of their positions. Man. You know, they were very unsure when Yahweh Shai said what he said. Yeah, look at me.
Exactly.
They're like, damn. So it's time to
Yeah.
check yourself before you wreck yourself in this thing, man.
So how you gonna
Okay.
be sitting there partying and you don't know if you the one? The Lord done just said, yeah, well, one of y'all gonna betray me.
They weren't, Israel wasn't partying in Egypt.
Exactly.
They witnessed those 10 plagues. They were hoping that judgment didn't affect them.
Yeah, while they were eating the lamb in haste, the staff in their hand, the shoes on their feet, the sandals on their feet, people were dying. While the other side of the Egyptians, they were dying.
You can imagine Jake putting that blood over that doorpost, scared, you know, hoping that the Lord don't take them out, man.
Yeah.
That's the time that we in. All right, we in the time of the Lord taking people out. And who knows what the Lord got planned after this Pesach. And may this be the last Pesach on this side, man.
Willing.
That brother's got any priests? You hit that Ezekiel already, right?
Gone,
Broke it down?
gone.
Gone. So let's go back. That brother had it at the bathroom.
What was that?
He was at 24.
Okay. Exodus 12, 24.
I'll get it.
You know, we just read through it quickly, you know, and
Okay.
we just going through the history, man. Why not? Go ahead.
Exodus 12 and 24. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover,
That's right.
who's passed over the house of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed their heads and worshiped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. So did they, Slot. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captives that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead.
Man, and usually the firstborn is the one that's loved the most.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Either the first or the last born. So for the firstborn to be taken out, that's something serious, man.
Yeah.
In every house, there was the firstborn killed.
That's usually the inheritor of like, who's up next.
And the beast.
Man.
Go ahead.
And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get ye forth from among my people,
Get your ass out.
both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men.
Yeah, what's next?
Exactly.
What are they gonna do next?
And already killed all the firstborn.
We thought they were next.
And it just happened, you know?
Yep. In the night while they were sleeping. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders.
Unleavened bread.
Right.
And they have time for all that.
Yep. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians.
So they left in style.
Yep.
We gonna be leaving in style too, boy. Ain't nothing leaving but our spirit.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
that style is gonna be those chariots.
Ships, yep.
And the chariot
In
and
the
the
spectacular form that we leave.
yeah.
That's gonna be something that people are not even considering.
And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, but they were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. They baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victory. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years.
Included the time.
Yep.
That was it. It's time to leave. So there was a set day that the Lord had prepared for them to leave Egypt. And there's a set day that the Lord has prepared for us to leave America, man.
Yep. But only he knows.
Yeah, only He knows, man. You may know the day, no hour.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. And the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
All the congregation.
That's like all the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and I will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
All right, that's why it's important for you brothers out there to get circumcised, man. Make it a point to get circumcised, man. Save your money. Be wise with your money, to where you could get that procedure done. Okay?
Or you could go the medical route and try for Moses.
Ah, save me, man.
Yeah, for Moses. I got it done.
Oh,
I don't have to pay nothing.
Either way, man. Whatever way you could get it done, get it done. That's the point. All right? That's part of our customs. Go ahead.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the strangers that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord Yahweh Shai commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass, same day, that the Lord Yahweh Shai did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
You want to read 13? You want to read 13, 14, 15? Any other precepts?
It's Exodus 13, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both man and beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of the hand of the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall be no leavened bread to be eaten. This day came ye out of the month Abib, Abib. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites.
You can read kind of fast.
All right. And the Hittites and the Amorites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy father to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep the service in this month. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall be no there shall be no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in thy quarters, or in all thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of which the Lord did unto me when I came from the out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thine hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Thou shalt therefore keep these ordinances in the season from year to year. Verse 11. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee, to thy fathers, and shall give it to thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix. It says, and every firstling that cometh of a beast, which thou hast, the male shall be of the Lord's. And every firstling of ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man among thy children shalt thou redeem. And it shall be when the son asketh thee in the time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of the hand of the Lord brought us from Egypt, brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. And it shall come to pass when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, and the Lord slew all the firstborns of the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beasts. Therefore I sacrifice the Lord all that openeth the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thine eyes. For by strength of the hand of the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt. Verse 17, and it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, the Lord, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines. Although that was near, for God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness and of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up and harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying that God will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my
We say
bones.
the Most High, say the Heavenly Father, or
It says, saying that the Lord will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones away hence with you. It says, and they took their journey from Sukkot and encamped in Edom, the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in the pillar of the cloud to lead them the way.
right? Pillar of cloud being a chariot, man. What you people of this world know as UFOs. Go ahead, read it kind of loud.
God. Verse 21, and the Lord went before them by day in the pillar of a cloud,
Right?
to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light to go through the day and night.
Right?
He took away the pillar of the cloud by the day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Continue on
Chariot was
14.
always present. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. This is Exodus 14. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Piraroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Zephon. Before it shall ye encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say unto the children of Israel, They are entangled in the land of the wilderness, has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, and the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of the Pharaoh and of his servants were turned against the people. And they said, Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, captain over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out of the high hand. It says, But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and the chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them, encamping by the sea beside Pi Harayot, before Baal-Zephon. It says, And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
Right, like the Lord brought them this far to die, man. That's madness. Okay, and we have to remember that too when all these things begin to happen. The Lord didn't bring us this far to just drop us off, man.
Right.
You gotta trust the process, man. Have faith. Alright? Come on, bro.
No one of these shall fail.
Yeah, man. If the judgment's happening, the salvation's gonna happen too. If the wrath is there, the mercy's there too. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they said unto Moses, Before there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Show no faith. It says, Is not the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians?
And that's all our people want to do. They want to do it in that time, and they want to do it now. They want to serve these fucking Edomites. They want to be slaves, man. They cool with America. They like it here, man. That's why the Lord ain't saving a bunch of our people, man. Majority of our people gotta die, man. Straight up. Majority of these so-called Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, gotta die, man. Go ahead.
It says, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians. For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
Black ass people, man. Go ahead.
Yep. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord,
Right?
which he will show to you which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Right, so the Lord gonna fight for us when Esau Edom calls himself coming up against us, man, and actually physically touching us. The Lord gonna fight for us, man. You gotta know it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of the Lord, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, that the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night.
So we have protection, man. All right, we got protection now. Go ahead.
Verse 21, and Moses stretched out of his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by the strong east wind, and all that night had made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them, and on their right hand and on their left hand. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all of Pharaoh's horses and his chariots and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
Right, the Lord fought, man. It's gonna be no different in this time, man. All right, nobody expected the Lord to split the sea, man. You know, so you gotta expect the unexpected with the Lord, man. Nothing impossible. We can how about Shema shot, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 26. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, and the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength. And when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came unto the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them, or drowned them, man. But the children of Israel walked unto dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them.
That's a miracle on top of a miracle. Dry land,
Yeah.
in the midst of a sea.
In the bottom of it, yeah. It says, a wall, but the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and in the waters were a wall unto them, on their right hand and on their left hand. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw the great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses.
Right? Keep going.
It's Exodus 15 and 1. Then sang Moses,
You
and
gotta praise the Lord after all that. Go ahead.
it says, then sang Moses.
Exodus 15, skip.
It says, Exodus 15 and 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's Lord, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. The Lord Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned into the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious. In power, thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed into pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them, and rose up against thee. It says, thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils, the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright, and as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out of thy right hand, the earth swallowed them.
And the Egyptians, they followed us to kill us.
Yeah.
And the Lord defended us.
The Lord baited them.
Yeah. It says, verse 13, thou in thy mercy hast...
Read to 16, bro, and then we'll end it.
Okay. 13, thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto the holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestine. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine arm, they shall be as still as a stone, till that people pass over. O Lord, the people pass till the people pass over which thou hast purchased.
Yep. That's it? That's 16?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So the Lord listed the nations, man. That would be, in fear of what the Lord did, man. It's going to happen all over again, all right?
Yeah, I believe it's Ezekiel 39, the end chapter. It says that I will be magnified in front of all the nations. They're really grab it. It's like 39, the last verse, or 38.
Y'all brought that freeze or what?
It's like 38 or 39.
Did you have a pre-op? Nothing? Yeah, none.
All right. Psalms 106 and 6. It says, "We have sinned with our we have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea." And specifically, it wasn't the whole Red Sea that the Lord split. It was part of the Gulf of Suez, which is part of that the Red Sea. So it says, "Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known." Right, and the Lord at that time did make his mighty power to be known. Okay? I don't know how he delivered us out of the hand of the Egyptians, and all the plagues that the Lord brought upon the Egyptians. Okay? There was no reason for our forefathers to doubt the Lord, to think that the Lord was going to let them die, man. Okay, after you saw all the plagues that you didn't even suffer, that the Lord brought upon your enemies, okay, you should have most definitely knew that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was going to defend you from that, man.
That's right.
He's going to stand up and fight for you. Okay? It says, he rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up, so he led them through the depths as through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise. They soon forget his works. They waited not for his counsel. So immediately they forgot the Lord's works. All right, they thought the Lord brought them to the wilderness to die after all the things that they just went through, man.
Sound like some shit a woman would say.
You gotta understand, that should have been a major. The Red Sea or the Gulf of Suez splitting. You were able to walk on that dry land, seeing the fishes and whales like you're in an aquarium or something.
That's showing that the Lord is trying to save you,
Right.
not kill you.
What about not being affected by the plagues?
Yeah.
Those.
What about your cries being heard? But when here it is, when the Lord make the move, you ain't ready for it.
That should have been a major faith booster right there.
But it was to Moses.
Right.
It was to Joshua. It was to Caleb. You know, and it's going to be for us. I want to end it with Habakkuk 3 and 2, Romans 5 and 9, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 9. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 2 and 25. It says, This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear the report of thee, and shall tremble and be in anguish because of thee.
It's going to go back to that. It's going to go back to that, man.
Yeah.
Once the Lord really shows his power. All right? Somebody grab Habakkuk 3 and 2.
Rahab, she was like, I heard what the God of the Hebrews did to the Egyptians.
Yep.
You know, she was in fear.
Go ahead.
3 and 2.
Yep.
Habakkuk 3 and 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work, and in the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy.
Wrath, remember mercy. So we're hoping that judgment passes over us, man. You know, that we could be covered with the blood of Yahweh Shai, that we could be exempt from judgment. Somebody got Romans and 1 Thessalonians? Romans 5 and 9.
Romans 5 and 9, it says,
1 Thessalonians 5.
Romans chapter 5 verse 9. Much more then being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him.
Read again.
Romans 5 and 9. Much more then being now justified by his blood,
By Yahweh Shai's blood,
we shall be saved from wrath through him.
we should be saved from wrath through him, being exempt from judgment. I got the NLT. It says, and since we have been made right in the Heavenly Father's sight by the blood of Yahweh Shai, he will certainly save us from the Most High's condemnation. Got the
1 Thessalonians 5, 9 and 10, it says, For the Most High has not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai of Mashiach.
right. The Lord didn't appoint us to wrath, man. That's the one.
Yeah?
I didn't mean 10.
No, okay.
All right, go ahead.
Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him.
So Yahweh Shai died for us. He was that perfect sacrifice.
Yeah?
It's all stupid shit. I don't know where it came from, but this is the NLT. So the NLT, it says, for the Most High chose to save us through our Lord Yahweh Shai, not to pour out his anger on us. So we're hoping that we don't feel of the wrath of Yahweh Shai. That we're being chastened now so we won't be judged with the world. You know, that we could be acceptable in the sight of Yahweh Shai. You know, that his mercy can be shown upon us, which it is being shown upon us. The fact that we have the truth, the fact that we know their names, The fact that we know who we are, we know who the enemy is, we know the times we're in. All right, we have been showed a lot of mercy. And may Yahweh Shemel Shai continue to show mercy upon us and all the rest of the Lord's elect out there. Lord's will up that number. Go ahead, Ak. We'll end it here.
Yeah. I got that precept the brother called for. It's Ezekiel 39 and verse 7. It says, so will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Holy One in Israel. All right, hey, these heathens are gonna fear, man. They're gonna know that that the Lord, man, he's capable of these terrible destruction, man. And they're gonna know that it's gonna be that he's dealing with the nation of Israel, man. All right, that he's coming to save. All right, the elect, the 144,000, the 1/3, all right, out of this is coming in.
That's right. So with that, Lord's will has been edifying. Very solemn day, very solemn night, very solemn season, very solemn time. May this be the last Pesach. May Yahweh Shemel Shai continue to hear our cries and get us out of here. That's all we got. We're waiting upon our power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, continually in hopes of mercy, man. So Lord's will, you brothers out there were edified. We want to end it by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai. Till next time, Shalom.